Today is time for GMBN Does Science. It's been a while. This is all about putting some data to a feeling that I've had that longer travel full suspension bikes have been becoming much more efficient at climbing. Anything above 150 mil of travel just a few years ago would have felt like a bit of a dog to go on a big day's ride. But now geometries have changed, seat tube angles have got steeper to put you in a nicer climbing position, the bikes have got lighter. It really does feel like these big bikes have become way more efficient. But today, I'm going to put some data to that feel and see how it works out. The long travel bike in question today is my Canyon Mullet Torque CF8. It's a flipping great machine for hitting jumps, bombing down hills. As you probably guessed, 29 up front, 27.5 rear. They do this bike in full 29, so that maybe is a bit more of a super enduro bike if you're into racing. But throwing around jumps and bombing downhill, this is great. For climbing, it feels good as well. It has got a coil shock. It's got the Fox DHX2. You've got a lockout on there as well, so I'm going to do a couple of tests with this bike. It weighs 15.8 kilograms, and it's a super capable bike, but how capable at pedaling up a hill? And I'm going to compare that bike to the Control in this GMBN Does Science. This is a Nukeproof Scout Hardtail. But Hardtail will be good, should be efficient. It'd be quite interesting to see, the times, the powers, because I've got the Garmin Rally power pedals on that, so I'll be able to look at exactly how much effort I've done. Got my heart rate monitor. So I'll do the first climb up on the Hardtail, and then luckily enough, I've got a really fun flow trail to bomb back down. I'll jump on the Torque and I'm going to do 2 climbs on the Torque, one with it locked out because that DHX2 does have a lockout on the shock, and one with it unlocked to see if that makes any difference as well. So I'll swap the power pedals to that bike. So I have all the data, all the times, and we'll see just how efficient the full suspension bike is. The course for the climb is 1.5 kilometers long on a fairly rough fire road with 133 meters of climb. And I'm going to repeat that 3 times. All right, so let's do the test. I'm going to use my watch to record the power, heart rate, distance, elevation, all that stuff. Same course every time. But as the old mountain biking saying goes, what goes down must come up. Let's get to the bottom first. Luckily, it's a really fun trail to get there. All right, let's do climb 1 on the HT. Get some numbers. Yeah, about 10 minutes. That's quite hard actually. Try and repeat the same effort on the full suspension bike twice now. I see the time difference and the power. All right, swapped to the Torque. The fun bit is going to be riding back down. Be interesting to see how it feels coming back up. I'm guessing it's not going to be as fast. It took 9 minutes 44 on the Hardtail, but let's get to the bottom. All right, next climb, Torque, power pedals. Could do this one locked out. So on the DHX2 does firm it up a lot, not completely locked, but should make a difference out. So yeah, let's get ready. It's hard. It wasn't much slower. I'll get into data in a minute, but it's like 15 seconds slower, but it felt harder. I felt like I was riding at the same effort, but I tried to ride at the same speed, I say, but I felt harder, more effort. But, well, it felt different on this bike. I felt like I had to stand up some of the steep little pitches, whereas on the hardtail I just sat down and span the whole way. I had to stand up a bit and crank, but anyway, to the bottom. Right, thankfully, it's the last time I'm going to pedal up Spyro, but I'm guessing this is going to be the slowest and hardest, but we shall see. Yeah, fully unlocked. Let's go. Interesting. All right, to the data. Don't forget, torque is almost 2 kilograms heavier than the Scout. Run 1 hardtail, it was 9 minutes 44, average power of 255 watts, max of 474, average cadence of 78 RPM, total seated time 9:41, 760 pedal strokes. You get so much data from those pedals, crazy. Don't need all of it, I don't think. Average heart rate of 166, max of HR is 175. Not my max, actually, a little bit way off, probably about 183. Exercise load of 126 and 149 kilojoules of work. Right, run 2, torque locked out, was 9:58, so 14 seconds slower. Average power of 233 and a max of 524. So lower on the average, but higher on the max. I did have to stand up and crank it, as I said. So that would kind of make that up. Interestingly, on both runs, on the full suspension bike, my cadence was a bit lower, 75 RPMs. So I did 745 pedal strokes compared to 760. I don't know if that's just me, the way I ride one bike to the next, but that's quite interesting, I thought. Average heart rate of 167, max of 175, so really similar to the hardtail. Exercise load was lower, so 102 and 140 kilojoules of work. Run 3, torque suspension open, 10:14, so quite a bit slower, like 30 seconds slower than the hardtail. Average power 210, max 438. Heart rate lower, max heart rate lower as well, 163 and 170. So it looks to me like we can sort of disregard that last run, because it looks to me like I just didn't try as hard because my heart rate was lower, the power was lower. So it looks like I got tired, so we'll disregard that. But there was lower average power on the full suspension both times and slower times. So I wasn't pedaling as hard and I did go slower. My perceived effort was the same. I did try, I felt like I tried the same on each run. And it looks like that from the hardtail to locked out torque. I even tried marginally harder. My heart rate was 1 BPM harder, should I say, on the torque locked out, but still 14 seconds slower. So the difference of really not much, considering the bike has 170 mil of travel when you get to the top and flick it open, and it's 2 kilograms heavier. So it looks like long travel bikes are actually really efficient. If you pedaled up next to your friend on their hardtail on a 10-minute climb, you're going to be trying about the same and you'll be 14 seconds slower. Then obviously you can flip the switch to the top. You have the advantage of 170 mil travel on the way back down. So really quite interesting. It's crazy the amount of data you get from those pedals. Quite surprising to me how close they were. 40 seconds over 10 minutes, and really the effort was almost exactly the same. There you go, another reason to love your big travel free ride or enduro bike. Give us a thumbs up if you love doing big rides on them, and let us know in the comments down below if you like GMBN Does Science.